Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, September 29th slate of NFL action on Thursday Night Football. Man, I'm super excited. We do have the Dolphins going up against the Bengals here today, and I am super excited. I think it's going to be actually a pretty good matchup. The line's a little bit shaky. We will, of course, talk about it. We'll, of course, pick a side. But before we do, I did just want to go ahead and say we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. But I did just want to go ahead and say if we do end up hitting that 7,000 mark by the time that the NBA season does start, we will be doing a pretty big giveaway that you guys will not want to miss. On top of that, I will also be doing the fantasy basketball videos. As of next week, I'm going to be putting out content so that way I have Monday Night Football games going on, or Thursday Night Football games going on, of course, Sunday, and then at least 3 fantasy basketball videos a week. So you guys will be getting content 6 days a week. I'm super excited about that. So make sure that you guys do sub. Make sure you guys do turn on the notification bell so you guys know exactly when I post. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into it. Before we did, just a quick word here from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very, very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All 3 legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We are going to be talking about the Dolphins versus the Bengals game. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, I think it's going to be a very, very solid matchup between these two teams. And we've been on a really great run here recently. We truly have. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap as of Monday's game, the Cowboys versus the Giants. So we did end up having Tony Pollard over 8.5 rush attempts. Dude went crazy. He actually had a crazy yard per carry, especially to start off the game. So it was an absolute no sweat for his over and rush attempts. Then we did also have Saquon over 77.5 rushing yards versus the Cowboys. This one was a little bit sweaty there for a while. Saquon, it took him a little bit to be able to get anything going, but it did end up working out for us. Then we had the Giants, -1 versus the Cowboys. That was the only play that we did not end up winning on, so we could have very, very easily had a sweep, but unfortunately we fell just a touch short. So ended up going 2-1 on the day. Profit is profit. You know, I'm definitely not going to complain about that. So we ended up going 2-1 on the day. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays, though. So for our first play of the day, we're taking a player prop. I've been really good on these player props, so hopefully we can continue that on. Hopefully we can keep it going. I'm taking Mike Gesicki, under 20.5 receiving yards here versus the Bengals at -115 odds. Now, if you take a look at it in week 1, he only had 1 yard. He had 1 more yard than you and I watching this video versus the Patriots. Now, the Patriots are obviously a very solid defense just overall. And week 3 versus the Bills, he also only had 1 singular receiving yard. So I do think that overall, I don't think Mike Gesicki is going to be getting a whole lot of targets for this game. His reception line is 2.5. It's actually sort of juiced to the under as well. So he's not expected to get a lot of touches here in this game. The only time so far this year that he has hit the over was in week 2 versus the Ravens, where there was like no defense played in that whole game. We all know exactly how that went. Both teams scored a billion points. So that was the only time Mike Gesicki was able to hit the over, though. Also, Cincinnati is 14th when it comes to passing yards per game, so it's not like they're a fantastic defense, but they are a little slightly above average. So I'll definitely take my odds with that one. I think that they can hold Mike Gesicki back for sure. Also, the Dolphins are kind of running like a 2 tight end rotation here with Gesicki and with Durham Smythe. So I think that is going to limit the amount of touches he gets as well. They're using Mike Gesicki as basically like as a blocking back, or as a blocking tight end, as opposed to like a receiving one, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I think that this is a really good spot for the under then. And also Tua is listed as questionable. If Tua's out, they're going to be running Teddy Bridgewater. Let's be honest, I don't think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be better than Tua is going to be. So I don't think he's going to be able to get the ball to Gesicki. I just don't think that that's a really good spot to be targeting if you if you're looking for an over on him. So I really think that this is a good spot here. So that is going to be our first play of the day. Mike Gesicki under 20.5 yards here versus the Bengals at -115 odds. Now for our second play of the day, we're going to be taking the over 43.5 here in this game. Now I know with Tua being out, it's definitely something, or with him being questionable, excuse me, I definitely think that it's one that is going to be a little bit sketchy. It's going to be hard to really pencil this one in if you are going to be betting it. I think it's going to be ugly. But I really do like this over for a couple different reasons. First things first, Dolphins, they allowed 19 points in week 3 versus the Bills and 38 in week 2. We all know that game versus the Ravens, like I said, there was no defense played in that one. And they still gave up a decent amount of points last week to the Bills. Now, I'm not saying that the Bengals offense is nearly as good as the Bills, but I'm just saying that with those 2 games, the Miami defense is able to allow some points. So it's not like they're completely invincible. It's not like they give up 0 points the whole time. And the Dolphins, even with Tua being injured, if he does end up not playing, I still think that they have the pieces to be able to get it done. Even with Teddy Bridgewater and anything like that, if he can complete a couple plays to guys like Jalen Waddle and to guys like Tyreek Hill, I think that he's going to be fine. I really do. I think that that they are going to be able to hit this over. I think that there's going to be a couple touchdowns scored from both sides of this game. So I really do think that this is a pretty good spot here to be able to hit this over. And the rushing props are pretty good on this game as well. So I think that the books are kind of expecting for a more high-scoring game, and so am I. So that is going to be our second play of the day. The over 43.5 here at -110 odds. Now for our third and final play of the day, I felt like I had to take a side. I don't love this game. I will say keep an eye on Tua, because I do think that if Tua plays, I'm changing my mind. But for right now, we're going with the Bengals, -3.5 here versus Miami at -110 odds. Now, I just think that with no Tua, I think it's going to be very tough for the Dolphins to be able to get this win. But if Tua plays, I think that I would probably lean the other direction. Now, the Dolphins, they're 3-0 against the spread so far this year. They've been really good. The Bengals, they are 1-2 to start off the year against not necessarily great teams. They're still 3.5-point favorites here at home, and I think it's for a good reason. I really do. I mean, the Dolphins are going to have a hard time if they don't have a quarterback running that offense. But with that being said, it definitely can go. It definitely could go either way. It's definitely a coin flip sort of a game. It's ugly. The Bengals haven't necessarily looked good. The Dolphins have looked great. So it's going to be ugly. But for right now, if Tua's out, I do like the Bengals in this spot. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. Bengals -3.5 here versus the Dolphins at -110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that if you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Sander signing out. Peace.